What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden and welcome back to another video. This is the Manchester United versus Everton match preview. Another big game coming up in the Premier League. Top 4 is getting closer and closer if we can win this game. Last time we played, we versus Club Brugge, we got a 5-0 victory, a very good performance, and hoping for a very positive performance out of this game as well, because that's when we ultimately know how good this streak will go, how good our performances will go. This game is going to be tough. It's by no stretch of the means an easy game against Everton, especially at Goodison Park. They're a good team, they're a good side, and they can definitely cause problems for Manchester United. But I just feel like it's too important to sacrifice a draw or a loss here. Another opportunity has been presented by Chelsea drawing last night. It was a bit of an unlucky draw to receive, to be honest, but they got the draw nevertheless. And now it's time for us to see if we can get one step closer to them, because as much as 5th could potentially give us the Champions League spot, 4th is probably guaranteed safety with this appeal from Man City and everything. So top 4 is the aim here, and I think that's the aim with this Europa League draw as well that we got. We got a fairly good draw, so we can prioritize the Premier League a little bit, play our strongest side, and let's see what happens when we play, man. That's all we can do. We have to give it our all, and hopefully we can beat Everton. But like I said before, they're a good side. So we'll go into the starting 11. Now the formation that I am going to go with for this game is the 4-2-3-1. I just feel like the last 2 games was attacking wise was amazing. It was a good sight to see, even though the competition wasn't that great. Watford are not a very good side, but they beat Liverpool tonight, so yeah. And Club Brugge, obviously, with the red card, there are reasons behind why we've been playing so good, but there's always going to be a reason if teams give us a reason. So we just got to handle our own business and perform the way we perform, no matter what the circumstances are. So going in at the goalkeeper position, obviously it's David De Gea. Romero played against Club Brugge, had a good game, but De Gea is the Premier League goalkeeper. He's the better goalkeeper, so we'll just leave it at that. Right back, Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka is a straightforward one. He played against Club Brugge. He had a decent game. Didn't have much to do, but he's clearly the best right back, in my opinion, defensively in the world. So we got to play him against the Everton team that can definitely cause us problems. I think he's a must in this game. Going into the centre backs, I've gone with Victor Lindelof. A lot of people would want Eric Bailly to start just based on his last 2 performances in the team, and a lot of people are saying he suits Harry Maguire better. And despite of my agreement to that, I really think Eric Bailly does suit Harry Maguire better. I just think that it's a bit rash to play Eric Bailly 2 games in a row. Let's play him in the FA Cup, or maybe just try and switch the rotation around and end up playing Victor Lindelof in the FA Cup and Eric Bailly against Man City or something like that. But either way, I just don't see Eric Bailly playing, to be honest, and there's no real reason for that. Maybe it's just a bit rash to play 2 games in a row for someone who just came back from an injury. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see him starting. He could definitely have a bench appearance if we're winning by a decent amount. The other centre back is obviously Harry Maguire, the captain. He's never going to get a rest, so this is pretty straightforward. I don't see how Harry Maguire gets dropped at all, and he's very important to us. He's going to deal with the corners that we had trouble with against Everton last time we faced them at Goodison Park. I'm pretty sure Richarlison scored a couple goals from the headers from a set piece, so I think that's going to be a harder time for Everton to score from them. So yeah, that's and obviously the left back, I've gone with Brandon Williams here because He hasn't played in a while. I know Luke Shaw's been world class recently, and maybe we do play Luke Shaw, but I don't know. I just feel like Brandon Williams needs as much opportunities as he possibly can to grow. He's already been a mainstay in the team, and I don't see him missing out on a game like this to be beneficial for anybody. However, there is an FA Cup game that's coming up after this that Brandon Williams might play in, so it really just depends on what Ollie chooses. I think Ollie will choose Brandon Williams, but there is a chance that he plays Luke Shaw for the safety net and play Brandon Williams at the FA Cup against Derby County. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, my pick is going to be Brandon Williams. Going into the midfield, there's a clear and obvious choice in Fred. It's been amazing this week. Has had 2 goals and 1 assist against Club Brugge. He didn't have the best of games against Watford, but if that's his bad game, then we're in for a real good ride with Fred, because he did have a pretty decent game against Watford as well, and that was considered a bad game on his end. So either way, I think Fred is a must in this team for pretty much the rest of the season. He's been so vital to us, and we gotta end up giving him the game time, and he might get his rest against in the FA Cup as well. But for now in the Premier League, I just think it's a too important game to rest him, and we'll just see how that goes with everything. I also went with Nemanja Matic. I feel like you played Nemanja Matic here because you might end up giving him a rest in the FA Cup, and then he plays against Man City. Now, a lot of people would say he's a bit of a trouble. He might be in trouble playing against Man City. The pace of Man City might be too much for him. But I do recall him having a very good game against Man City last time in the FA Cup, with majority of their strongest team out. So I think you can trust Matic to play against Man City again, especially at Old Trafford, where hopefully we should be a little bit more involved in the game and not parking the bus as much. And that just all depends on, again, Ollie's choosing. But I'll go with Matic here and then rest him in the FA Cup and then play him against Man City. That will be my decision on the matter. We'll see how that goes. It really is just a toss-up, in my opinion, between Matic and Scott McTominay. Obviously into the attacking midfield position, I think there's only one choice here. I don't think anybody complains about this choice. Bruno Fernandes. He's nearly contributed in every game. There's only one game where he didn't contribute in some sort of way, and he's been killing it, and it's really good to see, and it's only going to get better with time. I say it every time. Just imagine how good he could be when the team is able to gel with him properly, and he can perform the passes that he needs to the players. He knows exactly where they're going to be. The chemistry is growing, but it's still not there 100% yet. So that's what makes it so exciting. Over the next year and a half, we're going to see a really bigger and better performances, hopefully, from Bruno Fernandes and the players around him, and that's what makes it so great. I'm really excited to see what happens between Bruno and Pogba when they end up coming back together, and see how they can play together if they have the opportunity to do so. That would be incredibly entertaining to see, and if that could be a partnership, if Pogba decides to stay, that could really take us to the next level. But we'll see how we go in terms of that. I'm sure it's a hype dream at the moment, but you never know. Things can change, and we can get that partnership that could be really interesting. Obviously now into the attacking positions, I've gone with the attacking players that we had against Watford. I've gone with Martial. Now the problem with Martial is I'm still unsure if he's able to play this game due to knee injury or knee soreness. Apparently it's not as big as people think it will be, and he won't really miss many games if this one. But yeah, I'm just going to say Martial because I think he's important to this game. He scores a lot against Everton, and he's in great form. So if he can play, I say play him. We don't really have much time to have another striker get injured, but if it is a bad injury, then we're probably going to play Agallo. But I'm going to stick with Martial for now. That's up front. Going on to the left, I've gone with Daniel James. Same reasons as the many other games that we played him. His left wing is obviously his natural position, and he has been playing better on the left than on the right. And with Mason Greenwood developing as a right winger at the moment, play Daniel James on the left until Rashford comes back. That's what I say. And if Rashford doesn't come back this season, then Daniel James has the rest of the season to prove to not only us but to the gaffer, to everybody, the players and the coaching staff, why he should be playing there, and maybe make a case for Rashford. Even though it's at the moment no one's going to believe that. But it's still something that could possibly happen. Just make a name for yourself on that left wing position and make everyone believe why you deserve the game time compared to everybody else. And the right wing, I've went with Mason Greenwood. He had a good outing against Watford. He got his goal. He didn't do much against Club Brugge, but I think he might have got an assist, but I don't know. But yeah, he's going to be inconsistent. I don't think he started against Club Brugge, so he didn't end up doing a whole lot in terms of goals and assists because he came on the bench. So I see if he plays against Everton, he does have a good chance to score goals. I don't think Everton's fullbacks are particularly quick, so you got Seamus Coleman and Digne, I think that's his name, the French left back. I forget his name, but there's opportunities to get at them when it comes to the pace, and that's why Dan James and Mason Greenwood being our fastest set of wingers at the moment would be very good for us. Or you could play Chong here, but I just don't think Chong is up for that game, to be honest. But we'll see. And that's the starting 11 I've gone with. It's pretty much the same starting 11 against Watford. It's the same starting 11. Pretty much that I think is our best starting 11. We play our strongest team here. We hope to get a strong result. Now, I've gone really. I've given this team a lot of trust since Bruno has come in. But I don't think this game is going to be particularly easy in any stretch of the means. I don't see us keeping a clean sheet here. I say it nearly every game, and they prove me wrong every time. But against Everton, I think Richarlison is a world-class player. I think Calvert-Lewin is a very hard-working striker, and they've got players that can definitely damage us in the front. In their attacking lines. So in terms of that, I can't say with a straight face that we're going to keep a clean sheet here, but I can definitely see us winning this game, and this is going to be a very big game to win if we can do so. I'm going for a 2-1 victory. We're going to have a lot of the possession. I really believe that. I don't believe Everton are going to dominate us in the possession, and I hope to see a Bruno Fernandes assist in this game. I want to see a Martial goal. I want to see good attacking football. That's the next step, because at the end of the day, this football we have not been accustomed to actually watching since Bruno's come in. We haven't seen that much attacking football. We haven't seen 32 shots on goal a lot since Bruno has come in. And we've seen that nearly every game. We had 30 shots against Club Brugge on goal. That's what I like to see more of. And against Everton, I don't think we're going to have as many, but we can definitely create opportunities there. And it's all about putting them away. So yeah, 2-1 is going to be my match prediction. And yeah, with this game, like I said before, Chelsea have dropped points to Bournemouth. If we win this game, hopefully if we win this game, we will be 1 point behind Chelsea, with Man City and Tottenham the games after. So this is why this is a must-win game, because if we end up drawing or losing this game, Man City and Tottenham are extremely tough teams to beat to get us another opportunity to get at Chelsea, and we got to take this game as seriously as those games. In my opinion, we need to beat them, and any result against Man City would be acceptable. A draw and or a win would be amazing, and then we have to beat Tottenham. Those are the things that needs to happen, because Man City is an extremely tough team to beat, and I don't see us 100% winning that game. But with Bruno coming in, we're definitely better for it in terms of beating them at Old Trafford. But we'll see. But this game is a must-win before the Man City game, where anything can happen really. It's all about how Man City show up to the game, in my opinion. Plus Tottenham as well, and we have to beat Tottenham. They're not in the best of forms, and we need to take them out. That's the best way to guarantee a top 4 position. Of course, depending on Chelsea's results later on. Anyway, that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is Sports Code. Take care.